Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Bird's Eye View, Season 2, Episode 5. Unfortunately, today it will only be two of us. Our good buddy Zarin is currently just not feeling well. I don't know what it is. Could be COVID. We don't know. He didn't tell us specifics. He's just laying in bed, drinking some
Yeah.
nice warm tea. As he says, didn't give a subscription, but it's fine. Show must go on still. This week, or this past week, I guess, we're doing the recap of it first. There have been a lot of teams that got knocked out of playoffs. Unfortunately, they did put a strong run to it. So today, Luke, my good friend Luke King Buck, and I will be talking to you about the recap. If you want to start us off, Luke,
Yep.
with whatever team you
I'll,
want. Whatever team you want. We're feeling it
you know
today.
what? Let's change it up and let's go with Hearthstone first.
Hearthstone.
So, rough week for Hearthstone. They start off with a 1-3 loss against the University of Waterloo.
Yep.
Then they get a 3-1 win over Evert, I believe,
Yep.
University for TESPA League. Then a close game, but unfortunately a 2-3 loss against UCLA in the TESPA playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And then another loss, but this time it was 0-3 loss against the University of Wyoming.
And that was in the playoffs as well. I think that one was a
Yes.
double knockout or two loss, whatever. I think it was
Yeah. So
double loss knockout. I forget how it's termed actually.
double Elam.
Double elimination. Yeah, that's it right there.
Yes. So I do believe that the Hearthstone team's knocked out of TESPA playoffs.
Yeah. So I have a lot of teams
However,
this week, but
do believe that they're still in the
the OPSE.
OPSE and the TESPA varsity league.
Yep. They still got a bunch more leagues going on for them, which is good. That's the perks of being in multiple leagues. If you get knocked out of one, you still have more to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go
You want?
CS:GO next.
Yep.
This team also got knocked out in the round of 8, so that means they were top 8. They lost to Northeastern University. Not really sure where they're at, but I think they've played each other before. I think. I forget right now. I might have to look back at it later. They might
They
have
did
played
probably
North. They might have. This just sounds familiar to me, but they did
they
end up losing to them.
probably they probably played them in the regular
Yeah,
season.
that's what I'm thinking. But I was trying to remember how it went before. I just forget right now. I'll look back into that. I believe I will. Yeah, but they lost 10-16. It was a close one. Score shows 10-16, but it was still a good fight for us. Sucks to get knocked out of playoffs though.
But that's when Itzy really got cracked down too. So,
Yeah.
anyways, Fortnite, they came in 19th this week out of 125 teams, which is really good.
Fortnite. They're a very good team. Top Canadian team
Yeah.
still.
And they also got one victory royale this week.
Yes, that's the third week in a row they had a victory, I believe, actually, as well.
So
So
Fortnite
that
team's
just
doing work.
that just proves more and more that why they are the top team or top Canadian team. I mean, still top 20 in
Mhm.
all North America. We'll go to Overwatch next. They 3-0'd Augustana University in the round of 16, which pushed them into the round of 18. 3-0. Is that their first 3-0 of the year also? It's pretty good that's in playoffs. Oh no, they had 3-0 before. I think 2 weeks ago they did, but
Three on playoffs. That's great momentum.
playoffs, you need it. You need 3-0, push you into the next round. Unfortunately, however, the round of 8, they did lose 0-3 to North Texas. I know they lost to them before also. You kind of meet the same teams you did in the regular season, and it sucks that. I guess you can always go back, watch the VODs, review, hopefully do better the next time. We're doing this one will mean more too, but they got knocked out in the round of 8 also. Same as CSGO, which would be the third team that got knocked out of playoffs this week. And so far.
So far. So, speaking of which, Rocket League, they had a 0-3 loss against Northwood University in NACE playoffs, knocking them out. And
Northwood
of
did go
that,
on. Northwood did go on to win it all.
they did. Well,
Yeah.
at least you lost to the first place team. So,
Yeah. They're a good team though.
however, they had 3 games back to back to back in which they only dropped 1 round.
Mm-hmm.
So first, Florida Southern College for play versus was a 3-0 win, and it was not close. Game 1 was 5-1 with Fusion getting a hat trick. Game 2 was 6-3 and Kamal scored 4 goals. And
It's
then
not bad.
in game 3, it was 6-2 where Fusion's got another hat trick.
It's popping off.
Then they went up against Oakland University in the UCEA playoffs. This was a top 16 round, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
They won this series 3-1. Game 1 went into overtime. It was the last 30 seconds, and St. Clair scored the tying goal, and then Kamal scores the game-winning goal in overtime. That was actually a really exciting game to watch.
Yeah.
Then they dropped the next game 2-0.
Mhm.
Then they had a 1-0 victory with Fusion scoring that goal. And then a 6-1 stomp.
Yeah.
Then their final game of the night was against the University of Wisconsin. And all 3 games, St. Clair only let in 1 goal, which was in game 3, which they still won 3-1. But those games went a 3-0, a 2-0, then 3-1.
Mm. Some more big
So-
news for our Saints Gaming varsity players. I forgot to mention this when we talked about CSGO. Scherzi, 2 Z's. He actually got the UCA CSGO MVP for this season,
Nice.
which is pretty good. I believe that's the whole league's MVP. So he actually did pop off a lot of the games that they did win. Even when they lost, he popped off.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, another UCA MVP was given to Fusion of our Rocket League team. Yeah, it's not bad. They both finished 6-3 in the regular season, both teams, which is a pretty good record. It's a winning record. Both teams finished 4th going into playoffs, I think, as well, which is pretty good. So they probably just end up playing the first seeds because usually 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3 ones get in the closer brackets.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what took them down there, but still big for 2 people of our school our varsity program to get the MVPs of that league, which means a lot, honestly, to all of us.
And currently, Rocket League's in the top 8 for UCEA. So they're in the top 8 for playoffs.
Oh no, this is UCA. Yeah. So they're going into playoffs as the 4th seed, both the teams. They're not knocked out of UCA. That's my bad.
Okay.
So yeah, going in, or CS:GO might have got knocked out, but Rocket League will be going into it as
they're going into round
the
8.
4th seed. Which I'm not sure if Northwood's in that division either.
Top 8.
But yeah.
So
I'm hoping Northwood isn't in the UCA division with them as well, but we'll see. If not, they can get redemption, beat them, at least take one of the leagues out of their hands, or at least get a trophy, I guess.
Your team.
My team, the League of Legends team. We actually, so game 1, we didn't have our coach there, so we drafted our own selves, and we were a bit too cocky, I think, and drafted a really bad team, so we lost.
What was that team like?
We had like Cannon, Bard. We won't give away all of it, but it just wasn't a good team comp in general. And then we just stomped them game 2 and 3 because our coach came back. We focused up. We didn't want to lose to Trent. Oh, we played against Trent University as well. I forgot to say that. But we just didn't want to lose them, so we 2-0'd them. It was good games. Good games. I played Leona again, like always. Your favorite champion, anyway. So
It is by far.
you should
Like
watch our games, get some pointers, I guess.
maybe
Yeah, who
when I
knows?
start taking the game seriously again.
Yeah, it's a fun game. I'm actually enjoying the new season. The new season didn't come out, so we have a lot of new items. A
We
lot
can
of
talk about that a bit later.
fun stuff. Yeah, definitely talk about it later. And then I think one of their coaches or somebody posted somewhere in Discord about their higher value scrim opponent because they 1-2'd us, or like they lost to us 1-2. They took a game off of us, so they have a higher value for as a scrim opponent now, which is really funny to laugh at as a team. But we should have 2'd on them for sure. But I think that does it for the weekly recap. Our other teams are Call of Duty and Rainbow Six. Didn't end up playing this week. I think they're in between leagues right now. So once they get back into league, I think another week and they're back at it. I don't think it's this week. I think it's next week they're back at it.
Yeah.
And then to be more information on those teams as well. We get to see Big Papa in action. I love saying his name, so I keep saying it every episode. But from
Big
here,
Papa.
I just love his name. I think
It's such a good name.
yeah, he's a cool guy. I don't know. I think he's from London area, which is pretty cool. I don't know if he's in here or if he's still up there, but I think he is.
Okay, so
from here, I think we can just go talk on to our little conversation pieces.
yeah. So as we brought up earlier, big changes to league. How's that
it's
gonna
the
really,
the game is still the same. It's just the items you build vary a lot more on what's going on in the game. So like before, there used to be one like AoE damage around you item. Now there's 3, but all depends on what your opponents are, like AP, AD, or physical magic, or you just want damage or tanky stats in general.
How do you think these items are gonna affect the meta in the near future?
For League?
Because there's one item in particular which I know we both appreciate as support players.
Locket?
The warding item.
Oh, the warding item. I thought you meant Locket. Locket's an insane item now. I love it. The warding item is good for supports and junglers because now junglers can go it as well, or not really go it as well, but they can build a support item that gives them wards, and then there is an item that you can increase the amount of wards you have placed, which is huge. That means Vision's game's gonna be a lot harder to keep track of and a lot easier to hold for yourself, which would be good. It'd be good. The Vision would be a lot different, but Vision comes with a good amount of team play and communication, though. You got to balance it, swap it, time it. There's a bunch of things that go into Vision.
So if we were to move into our next topic, which I believe is okay, so what's the value of playing on a team and competing in general?
The value of competing on a team. Have you competed on a team? Like I know, like it could be like sports or varsity or esports.
You know, like grade school's on the basketball team, but that's because I was the biggest guy in school, so I kind of had to.
That's true.
But other than that, I really didn't compete on any teams.
No, I don't find it much different between regular sports and esports. Because like when I played junior hockey, it was just you talk to they're your friends. They're not really your teammates. They're more your friends, your family. You can bounce ideas off them. Just somebody to talk to. I think when you're playing with your friends or like your family, it's a lot better than playing with strangers. So if you have that friendship or that team camaraderie, let's call it, it would be a lot better value for team play because then you understand what each other are wanting to do. You understand, like say they go quiet for a little bit, you know how to get them back up, cheer them up, and get them keep playing. You can fix their mentals, but like just team games in general are a lot better because you also get new friends along the way or new family. Depends how close you guys get, and then it also just makes you a bit happier and you enjoy playing the game more. Also, that's how
Mhm.
I feel. It's same as when I played hockey. It was there's just more people on a team. That's it.
What I've seen more recently with team play is, how should I say this? You're more trying to help than improve, if that makes sense.
I think
Like,
I think it's less individual improvement, more team
yeah,
improvement, maybe.
like say let's take, I don't know, Overwatch for example.
Yep.
My feeling is being on a team, you try to help your teammates improve
Yeah.
rather than focusing on your individual skill
Well,
in a way, because you still obviously still focus on your individual skill.
I don't know if you've
But
ever been told this, but you're only as good as your weakest member. I've heard that a
that
lot
is
growing
true.
up in sports and stuff. It's like if you want to improve, you got to improve your, I guess, say,
Hmm.
weakest guy.
You gotta
So
bring up your
then
bottom line.
you gotta, yeah, you gotta make everybody good. You can't just have one superstar and all the rest not so good people and hope the superstar carries you because you can't carry every game. If you want to win
You know,
consistently, you need everybody to be good.
on top of that, like even like let's say League for example, because it's a perfect example for it.
Yep.
If you have one all-star player that carries you every single game,
Cappuccino.
all the enemies need to do, your opponents, is just target that one player,
Mm.
and they'll pretty much they're
It's
guaranteed to
over.
win.
It's
Yeah.
over. Yeah. Like our team, I think we can carry from any lane.
Mhm.
Like
That's what I've
our
seen.
top laner can carry, our mid lane can carry. Loy can carry. He's masters for a reason. Uh, I know even Trick can carry. He's seen his Nidalee gameplay a couple times.
Mhm.
Same goes for other games too. Like some days Jersey will pop off, but some days he won't be able to. So he needs the rest of his team to do it. But I feel like
Mhm.
the rest of the CS:GO team can do it, can pop off, can have his peak of performances like Jersey does also. And same as the Rocket League team. When you gave out the
Mhm.
stats of the goals, there's different people scoring different games because they had to step up that game.
Yep.
So it's just, I don't know. It's also, I guess, trust. You to trust your
Mhm.
team, but you get that from the playing with
That you
them,
get that
building
from playing and
friendship.
playing.
If you get to build a friendship, as well, you trust them. You're like, okay, I'm gonna pass them this ball, and they score instead of going 1v3 in Rocket League and scoring by yourself.
Mhm.
Like team plays there for a reason. Use it because you guys can win together. You don't really win by yourself when it's a team. There's no I in team. That's a fun quote. Also, I feel like I'm quoting a lot
Mhm.
of people today.
Do you know who are making these quotes?
Pardon?
Do you know who originally said these quotes?
The only quote I originally know is you miss 100% shots you don't take, and that's Wayne Gretzky.
Mhm.
That's all I got. It's the only one I know.
So continuing on, I personally feel like the value of competing is a little bit different from the value of playing on a team. Where I said before, which was it's more about helping your team than individual skill. I feel competing is more your individual skill in a way.
Because what are you talking about competing? Like
Like
just playing solo queue or by yourself in the game or with your teammates?
I would say ranked or ladder and varsity, let's say.
So like, oh, it's like the league team, the Overwatch team, stuff like that.
Yeah. And that but that also includes you on home grinding out games on the ladder.
Yeah. Uh. Oh yeah. If you compete, you learn. You'll make
Mhm.
mistakes, but you also learn from mistakes pretty easily. Competing with people, you learn their tendencies when it is in a bigger, like competition wise. Like for example, the round of 8 playoffs where it knocked out 3 of our teams, I think, or 2 of our teams in the round of 8.
Uh, 3 teams because it was what Overwatch, I believe,
Yeah, CS:GO.
CS:GO and Rocket League was knocked out of NACE playoffs.
Yeah. So like, if you guys learn how to compete with each other in the there's no like no there's no intense game like that in the regular season,
Hmm.
but like say the team sticks together for next semester, you'll have that experience of how intense a playoff game is, and you can bring that experience to the next semester when you're in the playoffs again. So I guess that value from competing is pretty good, but you also can get it like say you're doing promos to your next rank. I guess that
Hmm.
gets intense as well because you want to win. It's just that
Yeah.
more want to win when there's stuff on the line or stakes in the game.
Hmm. So if let's say you're a coach on a team and you have a player who's great with the team,
Yep.
solid gameplay, but he refuses to grind out ladder.
Okay.
Is that a problem?
Uh. Well, like it depends because like we still do scrims throughout the week,
Hmm.
which isn't ladder, but it's still playing the game. So I'm not too sure if it's a problem. I'd still try to make him play. I can't force him to play. I
Obviously.
guess I could and then kick him off if he doesn't, but he's still joining the scrims, still improving by the like my eyes, or if he is
Hmm.
improving my eyes from the scrims. But like a big esports example would be G2. Their top laner doesn't play much league outside of their matches, and he's been to two World Finals in a row and a semifinals last 3 years. So like, they're doing something right when they scrim because he's not playing games outside of it.
I also feel like the pro teams scrim a lot more, like 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah, like they play like 6 games a
So
day or like three
and that
blocks
because like at that point you're definitely getting enough
games in. Yeah,
solo practice in. But for a varsity level,
I
I'm of the
guess
opinion
for
like
varsity, what we scrim 3 matches a week.
mhm.
That's 3 games a week, which isn't a lot. I'd say 1 game a
So
day or even like 5 games a week would be good to play.
because there's also the whole, at least my mentality of it is if you're not motivated to
Like play outside
win,
of it. Oh, never mind. You keep going.
yeah. So like let's say my experience, Pokemon, for example.
Okay.
I like to play competitive Pokemon, VGC.
Mm-hmm.
If I got to a point where I couldn't get past, which was, I believe, high end of Ultra Ball tier, which is right before you start being actually placed numerically on the ladder.
Yeah.
What I found was if I was too focused on winning
Mm-hmm.
and not focused enough on actually learning why I wasn't winning,
So like your mistakes.
yeah, I wasn't focused on that. I was
Mm-hmm.
just focused on winning. So that's where I kind of feel like if you have the right mindset to solo competition,
Mm-hmm.
competing is very important. But if you're just in it for points to win, yeah, I don't think you'll get much out of it. And that's where scrims come in
Yeah. I
much
guess it
more
all
handy.
depends also on I guess your view of the game. If
Hmm.
you're trying to get better or not, because you could be on a varsity team not trying to get better. You could be there for the scholarship. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? Like you know you're good, but like it doesn't matter if I win this league or not to the person. That could be a thought. Um,
Possible.
it is definitely a thought. Like I don't know if anyone on my team is that thought, but like it feels like we all enjoy the game a lot. I'm sure CS:GO feels the same way. Rocket League probably loves the game they're playing. They're doing so good. I feel like it reflects on how much I like the game by how
Hmm.
well their team's doing. And us as a whole, we're all doing very good. We have a huge, or not huge, but a very good win rate
Hmm.
overall as a varsity. So it
So,
shows that we all love the games we play and want to actually do good in these leagues we join.
so as a coach, how do you keep up your players' competitive integrity? How do you make them want to win and not just want to do good enough?
I guess. I don't know, give them like incentives, I guess. Like if you win, let's go get a Buffalo Wild Wings, have a drink together, have some wings together. Uh, what else could you do? I guess you can always put like a flame under their butt by having that sub behind them. And if
Mhm.
they're not wanting to play, just sub the sub in or even kick them off the team and have the sub play no matter what. Because, like, it's pretty much all you could do, honestly. You don't have much control of them outside of your own matches if you're a
Mhm.
coach. Or it feels like you don't have much control over them or the players. So, really, just be incentives or making them scared that they might lose what they have or what they're getting.
Mhm.
That's really all you can do. Or you can talk to Sean.
That's one option.
That's really all I can think about, though.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think it'd be fun to coach one day. I don't know
Yeah.
if I want to coach like an esport or if I want to go back to hockey or something one day.
My whole thing with coaching is I know that 100% the players are going to have more game knowledge than me
Yeah.
about the game. Like, the only game I can confidently say that I could have more game knowledge than the players it is Pokemon.
Mhm.
But that's at that point, I might as well just be the player
Yeah.
because it's a singles game.
True. Well, like for example, I don't know the rest of the coaches. I know True's really good.
Mhm.
I don't know for the Overwatch coaches. Is it Q?
Yes, I believe so.
Q's. I think he's pretty good. I know Dowling used to be the coach as well for Overwatch. I know he was pretty good at like Lucio.
Mhm.
That's the only thing I know about Overwatch is that one character. But but like Yuri, he's lower ranked than all of us on the
Mhm.
team, but he still knows a lot. He still has really good ideas for all of us, which as a
Mhm.
coach, you don't have to be generally better than the players. You just have to make them think about what they're doing and if they're doing it the best way they could, or if there's a better way,
Mhm.
which that'll help your team improve also a lot, or at least show them the better way, or give them examples to find the better way.
Mhm.
I think Erie does that pretty well. I'm not sure what other coaches are seeing because I see this from my team. I'm sure if I walked around, or not really, can't really walk around, but if I talk to other
Yeah.
players, they definitely tell us how their coach is doing and probably doing just the same as Yuri, probably.
Mhm.
I don't know if Fortnite has a coach. I wonder if they do have a coach.
I don't know. Like, I don't really talk to any of the Fortnite guys, so
Yeah, maybe I should. Maybe I will. Interesting.
do we have any other topics for today?
Uh, not much. It's just I think we're about to be switching into different leagues, either near the end of the semester or soon, for most of our
Mhm.
teams. A
So
lot of playoffs
if
are
you,
coming up soon.
yeah, so if you were a coach of a team that is in between leagues right now, what advice would you give to your players?
Between leagues. I don't know. I think just try to learn because you won't really be playing or scrimming. Maybe you will be
Mhm.
scrimming the same, but there could be different patches and stuff that come out. Tell them to learn the patch. Uh, could even tell them to take a break. Also, you could hold new tryouts even to motivate them because you want to perform good at tryouts so you make the team again. So that's an idea because that'll get them motivated to be better.
In the case of varsity, I'm pretty sure it's every semester we hold tryouts.
Yeah. So I guess you can't really do that between leagues when the league
Mhm.
switches around now. So I guess
And
really it's just keeping them scrimming. So I see that right now. Level is scrimming right now and he's streaming it,
mhm,
I believe. Uh,
he
so
is indeed.
so it's keeping the team scrimming, even when it's off season. It's off season in a way. There's a league coming soon, and league did just end for them, but they're still scrimming and keeping the competitive nature up. So when they do go back to the league, they're gonna be winning their first couple games, hopefully.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think coaching can be fun. Should probably get a coach on the show soon, just because you can get some insight into what they do for the players, and
Mhm.
'cause
Hopefully next week
I
we
feel
can
like
get one of the
coaches are
coaches
very
on.
underrated as a
Mhm.
role because you don't really see what they do. You just see what the players perform, but you don't know what they're teaching the player, showing the player, stuff like that. I think it's a very underappreciated role here. Not here, but like in general,
In general, yeah.
just because the players get all the spotlight.
Mhm.
But who knows? Jersey might not be the player he is today without True.
Possible.
So I don't know. He's skilled. I don't know if
Mhm.
True taught him that, but he probably was skilled before coming here.
He probably had mechanics,
Hmm.
and now he's definitely
Yeah.
grown as a player because of him.
Oh, definitely,
Like, no
definitely.
matter, even if it's traditional sports, esports, even the up and coming T sports, that, oh, it's a thing. I can
Yeah.
go vastly into
No,
detail on,
it's fine. It's fine.
but not,
I'll
now's
look
not the
into
time
it
or
later.
place. It's as long as you have someone there to
Hmm.
help provide you insight and guidance, you definitely grow not only as a player but as a person.
Yeah. Well, that's
And
where.
that's something that's very it's very valuable, but very underappreciated until you really realize
Well, it also
what
ties
happened.
back to the value of team play and having teammates and
Hmm.
stuff. Because a coach is a teammate also.
Hmm.
He's above you, but he still is a teammate. You can bounce ideas off of stuff like that, which is good,
Hmm.
and a friend even if you are
Well, all
close
like
like that.
coaching staff, were be it analysts, the coach himself, assistant coach,
Hmm.
even goes to like nutritionists
Yeah.
and people that don't even have that don't know anything about the game. They don't even talk about the game. Like,
You have to have good relations with everybody. I think relationships,
mhm,
not like girlfriend boyfriend kind of thing, but like
yeah,
just
whatever.
a relationship with their teammates, with your coaches, with everything that's part
Hmm.
of the team is important for being
Everything
successful.
that goes, everything that goes into
The
refining the
success.
players. Even like, let's say some 80-year-old guy that knows nothing about video games. He's just there to help keep the players' mental health in
Yeah.
check because that's kind of important.
He's there to hug
Actually,
him.
really important.
He's gonna
He's
hug
just
him
there for
after every
someone to
match
just he doesn't even watch. He just goes, "Hey, good job."
and hugs him. Hugs are important.
Hugs him. He's a part of the team.
Yes. Yes. But yeah, just really for everybody that has been listening, team
I
play.
rambled a bit.
Team play is important. Not team play, but kind of being friends and being close as teammates is very important for team success. Shows a good example is our whole varsity program.
Mm-hmm.
The value of competing, again, helps you grow and learn and be better as a player itself. And then also you can reflect that towards your team and also coaches. Very underappreciated. Uh, we should put more love towards them. They do a lot of work. They get us those scrims. They get us, I guess, better in a way also. So I feel like we should talk about those guys more also. But that should do it for today's episode. That'd be episode 5 of season 2 for the Bird's Eye View.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I have been Zachary Manso Dillon, and with me was Luke King Buck Sovereign. Any last words there, Luke?
Nope.
No.
Yes. Actually, just keep in mind that as soon as we get a clean sweep across the board for our remaining teams, there'll be the $25 Steam card giveaway.
Yes.
To enter that, you have to be subscribed to this channel and comment down below.
Yes. And that isn't just for varsity players. It's for all fans, spectators,
Fans,
anybody that watches
spectators.
this. It's for you. So comment down below. Please and thank you. Yeah, well, that'll do it here
Yep.
today. Thank you for watching, and then we'll look forward to talk to you guys again soon. See
Take
ya.
care, everyone.